If 1,000 ants had to fight a black widow spider, who actually wins? The venom or the swarm? In this video, I'm testing ants against a black widow and a bunch of other insane challenges. But first, I need the ants. This site sells 1,000 ants mystery species. Could be fire ants, harvester ants, anything. 300 bucks. Let's do it. $300. Fastest shipping option so nothing dies in transit. They're here. Live ants. In a box. On my desk. Let's see what species we got. They're in a pill bottle? Are they even in here? Wait, oh my god. There actually is like 1,000. Can't see them well through the white plastic. Let me dump them into something clear. Here we go. The true scale of 1,000 ants. That is insane. 1,000 ants in one container. You can barely see the bottom. After looking closely, these are harvester ants. Venomous stingers and massive mandibles. This is going to be interesting. For 1,000 ants to fight a black widow, they first need a nest. Everyone, say hello to the Terra jar. Be free, everyone. This is way bigger than that tiny pill bottle. They're going crazy. Climbing the glass, running everywhere. Total chaos up top. Left them alone for a few hours and they're already digging. You can see the first tunnels forming through the glass. Each worker grabs 1 grain of sand, walks it to the surface, drops it, goes back down. Repeat, times 1,000. 1 hour of time lapse. 1,000 ants dig fast. The nest is looking great. But before the black widow, these ants need training. I've got challenges planned. Alright, it's getting late. Putting the dark cover on so they think it's nighttime underground. See you guys in the morning. Next morning, let's see what they built overnight. Alright, challenge number 1. Let's see how fast 1,000 harvester ants can take down a cricket. Got a cricket. Sorry buddy, you're about to have a very bad day. Into the nest you go. Literally within a second they're on it. I thought it'd take a few minutes. Nope. See those stingers curling? Each ant is pumping venom into the cricket. 1 sting is nothing but 20 at once. It's completely pinned. Can't move. Ants do not mess around when there's a threat near the nest. 30 minutes in, they've already started dismantling it, pulling off the antennae, carrying pieces underground. Challenge 1 passed. Cricket didn't stand a chance. These ants are fighters. Challenge 2. The Ant-Lion Gauntlet. This one's going to test individual survival. If you don't know what an antlion is, this tiny bug has evolved over millions of years specifically to be an expert at killing ants. Put them on the sand and they immediately start digging backwards. They bury themselves and wait. I've got 10 of these guys, spreading them across the whole sand pit. Few hours later, look. Perfect little cone-shaped pits all across the sand. Death traps. 1 ant. 1 gauntlet. If it makes it past all the pits to the breadcrumbs, challenge passed. All right, little guy. The breadcrumbs are at the other end. Good luck. It has no idea it's walking right past death traps. The pits are everywhere. Wrong step, it stumbled in. The sand slopes are designed to make them slide right to the bottom. But the antlion at the bottom must be sleeping because nothing happened. The ant just walked right out. But the fall woke the antlion up. Look, it's throwing sand now, armed and waiting. It walked back in. The ant just keeps stumbling into the same pit over and over. Got it. The antlion snagged it. It's pulling the ant underground. It's gone. Dragged completely under the sand. I thought it was over. Wait, something's moving. The ant's head is poking out of the sand. It's fighting back. It made it out. This ant just escaped from underground. It must have stung the antlion to break free. Okay, why is it digging back into the sand where it almost just died? This ant is digging like a dog right now. You want to get eaten that bad? Fine, I'll put you right next to another pit. Have fun. This one's awake. Snatch the ant immediately. Pulling it under again. No way. It broke free again. This ant is something else. And it's heading straight for the breadcrumbs. It tricked me into moving it closer to the food. This ant won the whole challenge. Unbelievable. Well played. Taking you and the bread back to the colony. Challenge 2 somehow passed. Before challenge 3, look at this nest. They just keep building. Tunnels halfway down the jar now. Challenge 3. Venus fly trap minefield. Can these ants grab food from inside living traps without getting eaten? The oats go inside the trap jaws between the trigger hairs. The ants have to grab them without setting it off. Let's get some workers from the nest and bring them to the minefield. I have a feeling this isn't going to go well for them. But, let's see. They're spreading out, investigating the plants. Probably confused about being away from the nest. This one's walking right up to a trap. It has no idea this plant wants to eat it. It walked out without triggering anything. Lucky. Venus fly traps actually produce a thin layer of nectar around the lip to lure insects in. These ants might be attracted to the traps themselves. It triggered a hair and snap. Trapped. It's stuck inside the jaws. Interesting. The rest of them are staying away from the traps. They're all grouped up in the corner. Smart. But this one, let's call him Larry. Larry is walking all over the traps. Absolutely no fear. Larry's luck just ran out. The trap closed on him but only caught half his body. He's got a chance. The trap's getting tighter. Sorry, Larry, I'm cheating nature. Tweezers to the rescue. Everyone survived except one. Challenge 3 passed, bringing them all back to the colony. Gave the whole colony some oats to celebrate. They're already carrying pieces underground. Look at those tunnels now. They just keep expanding. These ants are incredible architects. Last training mission before the Black Widow, a flood simulation. Let's see if these tunnels can survive water. Starting the drip. Slow. I don't want to drown the whole colony. Just enough to test them. The droplets are hitting ants directly. They're getting completely drenched. Wait, they're not running away. They're moving toward the water. More and more ants are piling up under the drip. They're making a living shield out of their bodies, blocking the water from reaching the tunnels where the eggs are. That's teamwork on another level. The tunnels underneath are completely dry. The shield worked. These ants have evolved to handle everything. That's enough. I don't want to push it. You guys proved you can handle a flood. Removing the water. Cricket destroyed. Ant lion pit escaped. Venus flytrap survived. Flood handled. These ants are ready. Look at this colony. They built an incredible nest while passing every challenge I threw at them. Even the backside tunnels all the way to the bottom. Active workers everywhere. It is safe to say these ants are ready for the final boss. Time to meet the opponent. 1,000 trained harvester ants versus one of the most venomous spiders on the planet. Let's do this. Here she is. Look at that glossy black body. And underneath the red hourglass? That red hourglass on the underside. The venom from a single bite can take down prey way bigger than an ant. The battle arena. Sand floor, some sticks for climbing. Dropping the spider in first to let her settle. She immediately climbed up a stick. That's where she feels safest up high. Alright, let's get some ants in there. Scooping a group from the nest. Let the games begin. They're just running around on the sand. Barely any of them are even looking up at the spider. I can't wait anymore. Bringing the stick down to the ants. She's on the ground now and running. The most venomous spider, and she's scared of a few ants. Most of the ants are doing their own thing. This isn't working. I need a better plan. The title says 1,000 ants versus Black Widow. Let's put the spider directly in the nest. 1,000 trained harvester ants down there. Sorry, spider, you're going in. Here, we go. She's going crazy, running everywhere, and the ants have noticed. Every single worker just went on red alert. They're jumping on her. Mandibles locked on, stingers curling. They're hitting her with everything. Venom from every angle. She can't even bite back. There are too many on her. Every leg is being held down. It's over. She never even got a chance to fight back. The sheer numbers just overwhelmed everything. That took maybe 2 minutes. 1,000 ants versus one of the most venomous spiders on the planet, and the ants didn't even break a sweat. Now they're doing what they do best, taking it apart, piece by piece. They're bringing everything underground, into the tunnels. Nothing wasted. 30 minutes later, you can barely tell there was ever a spider here. Completely consumed. One spider 15 millimeters, one ant 8 millimeters. But 1,000 of them? Unstoppable. Venom, mandibles, stingers, and numbers. The spider needed one perfect bite. The ants just needed to swarm. The colony is completely unbothered. Like that fight was nothing to them. So who wins in a fight? 1,000 ants, absolutely. It wasn't even close. They destroyed the cricket in under a minute. Survived the antlion gauntlet. That one ant escaped twice and still grabbed the food. Only lost one ant to the Venus flytraps, and Larry got rescued. And the flood? They built a living shield out of their own bodies. These ants handle everything. There's a reason ants are the secret kings of the animal kingdom. There are quadrillions of them around the planet, strength in numbers. Every challenge passed. The Black Widow didn't stand a chance. 8 millimeters, the size of a grain of rice, and with enough of them, nothing is safe. The colony is thriving, the nest is bigger than ever, and they earned every tunnel. Look at them up top, just doing their thing. No idea they just won the internet today. Putting the lid back on, these guys have earned their rest. If you want to see more stuff like this, you know what to do. 1,000 ants, one jar, and they basically beat everything I threw at them. Thanks for watching, this was insane.